I am muted. I am muted. Holy balls. I've been muted this whole time. Um, excellent. Excellent. This is what happens when you have like automatic commands. Oh, wait. There we go. There we go. It's all good. I fixed it. I fixed it. I had my Twitch stream open in the background. Okay, so it doesn't matter. This is what happens when you have automation set up on the Stream Deck, but you manually click one of the buttons beforehand, and so then the automation breaks because it's like, wait, but I can't change it to unmuted because it already is, or it's back to muted again, and I don't understand. So this is what happens. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'll re-say all the things I've said. Hello and welcome everyone. Here we are. I could have done this stream next week Sunday, according to the schedule of just doing one stream every 2 weeks. However, next week Sunday is Easter, so I will be stuffing my face with chocolate, which means I won't be streaming. So instead, I'm doing it today, so that you guys still have an extra stream, because the last stream was only a week ago, and we can still kind of stick to the schedule. So in 2 weeks from now, we'll have another stream, and we'll just continue on a 2 week thing unless something comes up. But it doesn't matter because we have cool things coming up for today. Today we are looking into the best projects to do in order to improve your skills. Right, that's a big one, especially as an indie developer. Whether you're starting out or you have 1, 2, or 3 years of experience, good stuff to focus on here. Then we're going to look at Hoops FPS, a new game that came out, and we're basically going to talk about everything it did that it shouldn't have done in order to be any level of successful. And then we're also going to look at games that you guys are making. I'm happy to provide feedback on demos, on Steam pages, trailers, everything. Just send me a link through Twitch's DM system. So not in chat, because in chat it'll get blocked out. But in Twitch's DM system, you can send me a link, and then I can play your demo, and we can just talk about it, do some feedback rounds, and just see how things go. If we have time left, because we'll be streaming for about 2.5 hours, if we've got time left, we'll also look at some posts on r/game dev or r/indie dev or r/game design or whatever subreddit you want to go on, and we'll just answer some of the questions in real time, and maybe that'll also cause you guys to have extra questions, and so we can answer those. And so it's going to be a jolly fun time. I'm going to slightly move my desk down. There we go. So my face is somewhat more in the middle instead of like down here, where I'm like just like looking over the edge, right? So like this is much better. Okay, so I'm gonna click a button. Let's see. Yeah, let's look at that. All right. How's sound for everyone? Sound is okay. I'm not muted. I can see I'm not muted, but I'm double checking anyway. Yeah, I think everything's okay. Okay, then we turn on the music. Nope, that's the stream. No, stream, stop it. Yes, okay, you were not on. Okay, cool. But then we turn on the lo-fi stream beats, which, there we go. How's the balance now? Can you guys hear the music in the background? Because I sure can. Making sure you guys can. Because then we'll slowly start getting ready for doing the video essay. But I don't want the music to be too loud because it's just annoying. If someone's in chat and can confirm that the music is okay. You don't hear that much? Okay, that might just be a good thing. Right, I'll put it at about this volume, and then if you can hear it, great. If you can't, it's very quiet, yeah. How's that? Is that better? But it's okay, mate. Okay, all right, okay. We'll just get started. Right, let me grab the script that I wrote this morning. All right. Okay. Ooh, slightly down, please. There we go. At about 50. Okay, so what kind of projects can you best work on when you have a limited time and budget? That is the question we're talking about today. And additionally, an extra question, follow-up question, so you can also improve your skills as much as possible. Right? Because that is the most important part, right? So if you have a limited budget and you want to avoid spending many months or even years working on one project, like for example the developer of Hoops FPS, which we'll look at later, then let's discuss how you can quickly build up your skill level as a game developer by working on specific types of projects. Okay, welcome to this Game Dev Topics. Now, for those of you that are new here, hello, welcome. My name is Christopher. I make videos that give you insights into the game development process, both from a AAA and an indie perspective, and how you can become a better game developer on a whole. I also have a website where you can ask me questions or also request like one-on-one support and feedback sessions completely for free. Doesn't cost you any money, no subscriptions, no chargebacks, no sales funnel or anything like that, just me helping out other people, right? So this Game Dev Topic was suggested by someone in the YouTube comments of a previous video I did. And so I want to thank that person for the suggestion. But I also wanted to let you guys know that if you want me to discuss a certain topic or answer a certain question or anything of the kind, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below, or in the Twitch chat if you're watching live, or in the Discord, which you can join on the Twitch page, or you can join it through the description below the YouTube video. Or if you're reading this as a blog post, you can join it with the link down below. But, hey, hello. Oh, you have a difficult name. I'm going to say NYSTUSZX. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. You have a hard name, I'm sorry. And then, oh, hello, Jaguvari. Also, thanks for the follow. Hi, welcome to the stream. I hope you guys have a great time. We're just diving in, so you're perfectly on time. So, yeah, I'm going to continue going. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away. I'll discuss them right after we go through this topic, okay? So, you might be wondering, what is the purpose of focusing on projects that you can complete with limited time and limited budget, right? What is the purpose of that? Well, let me tell you, when you are trying to become a indie game developer, you are likely to make the exact same mistakes as the next person and as the previous person and everyone else that's going to try it as well. One of the mistakes I see most often is focusing on your dream project, spending many months or even years working on it, only to realize at the end that it sucks, right? Now, I love the enthusiasm, I do, because it's really great to be enthusiastic about it. But by doing this, you are severely slowing yourself down and slowing your progress down, okay? Because in a previous stream and video that we did, we talked about the fact that your first 20 projects, at minimum, will simply suck really badly. And this is okay. This is absolutely fine. Because with every new project that you pick up, you will learn something that you can use in further subsequent projects, right? That makes sense, right? Every time you pick up a new project, you will learn something new, which you're going to use in future projects, okay? So the point of working on these kinds of projects, the point is to build up your game development skill in all disciplines, across all phases of a project, from concepting, pre-production, production, release, polish, release. That is the point of focusing on projects that you can complete within a limited set of time and a limited budget, okay? Because at the end of the day, right, let's list out all of the things that you need to be able to do as a indie game developer, right? You need to be able to design the game. I'm talking about game design. Design the game. You need to be able to create the 2D and 3D art assets. You need to be able to program the game functionality. You need to be able to create and implement SFX/music. You need to be able to manage your own time and progress. Very much an underrated skill to have, and something that a lot of people get completely wrong, but different video for different time. And you need to be able to also do the marketing for your games, right? Marketing for your games, right? Now, the best way to learn all of these things, and this is still really high over, but the best way to learn all of these things is through doing many different types of projects that you can actually complete, right? It'd be much better to learn these skills through 22-month projects, 2-month projects, rather than 3 2-year projects. Forgive my typing. Rather than 3 2-year projects, okay? And we'll get into exactly what it is in a bit later. But for now, I'd also like to mention, hey, Starberry, how are you doing? Yeah, that. And I'll also like to mention that this approach is very good for developers who are serious about becoming good indie developers, right? This is not good for people that are trying to get rich quickly. Because if you have that attitude, this is not the job for you. For many different reasons, but getting rich is definitely not up there when you become a game developer. Okay, or at least not very likely. So, this is the purpose of doing these kinds of projects, okay? Now, in order to learn, in order to know what kind of projects to focus on, you need to know what kind of aspects make projects essentially impossible, and thus unsuitable, right? And I've made a bit of a list, right? Because if we think, okay, we want to stick within a limited budget and we want to stick within a limited time, let's say 2 months. I think 2 months is pretty reasonable time frame. We need to avoid any project that has any of the following aspects. Anything open world. It's a big no-no. I'll explain why in a second. Anything in the 4X genre. So stuff like Civilization, Humankind, the Endless series, which is also... I'm trying to think what the studio name is, but it's fine. The Endless series. Anything like that, even though they're all great games, you as an indie developer, big no-no, okay? Then most RTS type games, stuff like Total War, it's just insanity. Anything in the hyperrealism simulation genre. Then I'm talking about stuff like Farming Sim 2022. I'm talking about Flight Sim. I'm talking about games like SnowRunner, stuff like that. And then semi-realistic survival games. Now, I am not saying that this is a complete list, but these are some of the most common things that I see come by on Reddit, but also in the Discord and stuff like that, where I'm like, yeah, these aspects alone will cause you to either not finish your project, or it'll cause you to spend months upon years trying to finish the project, and thus really being in your own way. Because you might be wondering, why is it, why are specifically these aspects instantly eliminated, if you want to learn as much as possible. They introduce a level of scope, otherwise known as workload, that you as a starting out indie developer simply cannot even begin to understand. This is not a dig at indie developers, because they're some of the most creative people that I know. But this is still true. This is definitely still true. Because let's talk a bit more about scope, because I feel like otherwise we're gonna go off track too much. So scope equals the amount of time it takes to complete your project / feature in said project, right? Normally speaking, scope is represented by story points, agile principles, which is an agile principle, right? But to keep this simple, because I do really want to keep it simple, because agile is a whole nother box that I'm opening in a different video. To keep it simple, we measure scope in amount of hours it takes to complete the work, right? So when we do that, And when you start working on any project as a beginner indie game developer, you will essentially not be able to understand how much work it is to really complete the game or even a specific feature like implementing the main menu or a shooting mechanic. If I asked anyone right now, how much time will it take you to implement a main menu, I can very quickly weed the more beginner indie game developers from the more experienced ones, because the more beginner ones will tell you 3 hours, right? The more experienced ones will say, well, that depends on what is in the main menu. Is there a settings menu? What kind of functionality needs to be in there? Are there like many animations or particle effects that need to be in there? They're asking all these kinds of questions because they've done it before, and so they understand, at least to some degree, the scope that's involved in making the main menu, right? So that's like the one trick I use to kind of figure out how experienced someone is. And so all of the aforementioned aspects, so like the open world and the hyperrealism and survival games and stuff like that, have such an incredibly large scope due to those specific aspects that you will not only not be able to understand how much work it is, you will also work very hard trying to finish it, oftentimes spending many months or years learning, in the end, very little or much less than you could have done due to the small amount of repetition you're doing, right? Because everything is new, right? And so you're doing everything a little bit, and you give it as basic as you can, right? You give it a sort of like a performance pass. But if you keep doing it over and over and over, and you start practicing, that is where the real progress comes from, right? And by doing one super large project, you are not doing that, okay? So then that begs the question, what kind of projects are better suited for learning as much as possible in the shortest amount of time? Now you can tell I've changed the question from what we started with. We started with, what kind of projects can you best work on when you have limited time and budget? In essence, it's a flawed question, because what you're really saying is, okay, what kind of projects can I best work on that won't waste my time, where I will learn a lot and where I don't have to spend a lot of money, right? And so it's much better to then change the question to, okay, what kind of projects are better suited for learning as much as possible in the shortest amount of time, right? Budget is kind of a automatic follower based on shortest amount of time. And for this, I first thought, okay, I could be vague and just kind of like give you a list of aspects to look at when you start developing your own game. But I feel like that would underrepresent the importance of this. So instead, I made 4 example projects. I've written them down on what I would recommend doing that will teach you the basics in every single discipline that you need to know in order to start working on your big dream game, right? So let's go through those. Jesus, I can't speak. I'll also explain afterwards which skills you learn throughout these different projects. But I've basically scoped these projects based on 2 months, limited to no budget, and what's it called? Basically limited to no budget, and something that you can make, which will teach you the most. Okay. So the first one, let me copy it over because typing it out would be pointless. A 2D platformer, either made through Unreal's Paper 2D system, Unity, GameMaker, Godot, take your pick, that focuses on smooth movement that players use to complete obstacle courses throughout 2 levels. 2 levels, not more, 2 levels, okay? Then, the second example, first going through all the examples, and then we'll talk about exactly what you learn from these. The second example is a 3D platformer, ideally built with Unreal. It is simply the standard of the industry, with a bird's eye view camera behind the player, focused on the player jumping from platform to platform, dodging and jumping over projectiles that are sent their way from the turrets that are placed in the 3 levels, right? 3 levels. The third example, and I love this one. I might work on this myself at some point, but I love this one. A 3D casual game, again, preferably developed through Unreal, but if you really want to pick Unity, that's okay. A 3D casual game where you play as a waitress, on rollerblades, I like to add, trying to deliver all dishes on time to the restaurant customers. The camera perspective is free to choose depending on what you think is best. The player can also upgrade the speed of the waiter and the amount in tips they get whilst playing throughout the 3 levels. Okay? Now, I would like to opt, if someone decides to make this or something like this, I'd highly recommend calling it roller waiters instead of rollerbladers. I just think that's excellent. I think that's funny. None of you think it's funny, but I think it is. So, anyway, and then the last example that I have, I'm going to slightly turn the music down. There we go, because it's just a bit too intense for me, which is mostly down to me actually. Hold on. There we go. All right. Then the last one is a 2D platformer. Either again through Unreal Paper 2D or Unity or GameMaker or Godot, where you have to travel through the level towards the end to stop the spawning of enemies that are coming to destroy you and the town you come from. There are 2 different types of enemies, and there are 2 weapons that the players can use in order to complete their objective. The maximum average playtime to complete the game is 15 minutes. Okay? Now, with those 4 examples, I know that in all of the above projects, you can see, hopefully you can see, or you can start to understand, that I'm really limiting the scope already, right? 2 levels, or 3 levels, or maximum 15 minutes playtime. There's only so many upgrades, or only so many types of weapons. You know, all of those choices I've made for you are essentially ways to really limit the scope, allow you to actually work on something that you can finish and release and get feedback on and learn stuff from. So that you can get to your dream project, which then hopefully doesn't suck as much, or doesn't suck at all. That'd be even better, because you have the experience built up. Okay? Because I think that if you successfully complete the above 4 examples, right, taking about 2 months per game, give or take, you will become a much better developer in a much shorter amount of time. Okay? And by following this path, you'll be able to work on your dream project within the next few years and actually be able to complete it instead of working on it today and taking years to complete it, only learning that it sucks because you didn't spend enough time actually learning the skills you needed. And that brings me to the fact that I skipped something, but it's fine. Cool, we'll just continue. Because that brings me to the skills you learn through the above 4 projects, right? I've made lists. I'm a big fan of lists. I'm a producer myself, so lists are my lifeblood. Essentially, there are specific things, because these are just not 4 random examples I've come up with. These 4 examples specifically focus on teaching you a lot of things from different disciplines. Okay, so we're going to go through it per discipline. In the game design discipline, right, which is what I also am, through the above 4 examples, you will learn how to design good feeling, movement, and camera, right? You will learn how to design levels. You will learn how to design informative UI. You will learn how to design player progression. And you will learn how to design difficulty curves. Right? Throughout the 4 projects that I've named earlier, you will learn all these things easy, right? And so if you extrapolate that out, we're talking about 8 months worth of development time. That's very little. That's from now until the end of the year, roughly, give or take. If you can learn all of these things in game design, you are like 600% ahead of anyone that right now jumps into making their dream project, okay? But that's not it, because we've also got programming. Of course we got programming. My favorite type of people to work with, because they're always so social. So that's a lie. Some of them are actually very social. They're actually very nice people. Anyway, in a programming discipline, you will learn how to make gameplay in both 2D and 3D, because there's big differences there. You will learn how to create functioning UI, also a very important part. You will learn how to create AI, basic AI. You will learn how to integrate data tables. Yeah, and I'm gonna stick with it until that. And especially for the last one, depending on the engine you use, data tables might not be called data tables. It might be called something else. But the essence is that you learn how to integrate set data into your gameplay loops. Okay, so that's for programming. Now for art, which is also very important, you will learn how to make 2D and 3D art assets. You will learn how to do basic animations. You will learn how to make particle effects like that. You will learn how to deal with overlapping assets, especially in 2D. This is a big thing, and it's a really great learning point. And you'll learn how to do lighting in 2D and 3D, because as some of you might know, and especially if there's any artists in chat, you'll definitely know this. You can make great art assets, but if your lighting is shit, then that's a real shame of the great art assets you've made. Okay? Now, but we're not done yet, because we've got 3 more disciplines to run through. That's right, you are doing a lot of different things as an indie developer, so learning all of these things is mega important. SFX and music, right? You will learn how to create basic sound effects. You will learn how to implement music and looped tracks. You will learn how to deal with sound attenuation, right? You will learn how to deal with sound randomization, and you will learn how to deal with the sound cache, or cache. I'm never quite sure how to pronounce that word, but it's fine. Then in terms of management, and actually I should do myself proud and call this production, because that's what it is. As for production, you will learn how to manage your own time and progress, and you will learn how to identify and manage risks early on. Okay. Then for marketing, the last one, you will learn how to create promotional assets, and you will learn how to contact your actual target audience instead of fellow developers on Twitter, right? So for those of you that stuck with me through that, thank you. Through the 4 mentioned projects, you will learn all of these skills to a basic degree over the course of 8 months-ish. I hope you see that that is much better, especially because you're doing this repeatedly. You're doing all of this 4 times. I hope you see that this is a lot better than focusing on one project for 2 years and then maybe not touching some of these, and also you're never practicing them by redoing it, and so you'll actually end up with a much worse skill set at the end while spending well over twice the amount of time. Okay? I hope that's clear from this. Because that brings you to the conclusion of this game dev topic. Okay? Because if you have limited time and limited budget, I highly recommend working on some of the above projects to first really improve your game development abilities before diving into more complicated projects that will take longer to complete and will no doubt require a larger budget, like, for example, your dream project. Now, after having had this talk, are you thinking to yourself, I would love to talk more about these kinds of topics? Well, I've got news for you, because on the Twitch page, or in the YouTube description if you're watching this as a video, or on the blog post if you're reading this, but then you can't hear me, so it's fine, there's a link directly to the brand new Game Dev Topics Discord server, where you can join and you can talk to fellow game developers, but also you can talk directly to me, ask your questions, ask for feedback, all of that kind of stuff, really easily, basically around the clock, except for when I'm asleep, because I do like my sleep. And that pretty much ends of the video. So for the YouTube audience, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you've learned something. And if you think I deserved it, click the subscribe and the bell icon. If you don't think I deserved it, all good. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see each other next time. For the Twitch audience, no, we're not quitting. Don't worry. We are continuing. But we're going to look at some of the things. I'm first going to ask, are there any questions? Because I think that's an important part to do right now. Also gives me a chance to take a quick sip of my drink. Because I can imagine there must be quite a few questions. If there's not, that's all cool. Then it means I'm a really good person. Okay. Right, let's see. Also, I did see. Do you think game jams or small short project would be better for learning experience? So Starberry, I think game jams are a very good idea. But specifically, I think game jams that give you a week or a month are much better than the game jams that give you 48 hours or 24 hours. Because those latter two, the ones with a really short time span, you'll spend much more time freaking out and stressing and trying to get something working. That most likely, based on the end result, it'll actually hurt your own confidence quite a bit, your own self-esteem. And you definitely don't want to do that, right? So make sure to understand that when you're really starting out, you need a bit of time. So at the very minimum, 7 days. Ideally, a month or 2 months for a game jam would be even better. Jaguvari, hello, aspiring indie dev here. This hits home for me. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Links for YouTube and Discord? Yes, of course. Let me get that for you. Also, morning, don't mind. How are you doing? How are you today? Let's have a look-see. So, for the YouTube channel, we've got... I'll post it in Twitch, so sorry for the YouTube audience. I can't directly post it into the YouTube chat. But again, you're already on the YouTube, so you'll already know. And then for Discord, for the YouTube audience, it's in the description, so you can check it there. But for Discord, let me get you a link. Invite people. Edit invite link to never expire. Generate new link. Copy. There we go. Whoopsie. There it is. There's the Discord link. All right. So let's have a look. I saw something. No worries. So Starberry, you said, okay, true, because I'm doing my first game jam right now, and I've got 27 hours to draw 24 things. Yeah. That is hard. I'm also going to stop the music. That is, of course, very hard. And can you explain a little bit more about the game jam? Do you perhaps have a link to the game jam? You can DM it to me either in Discord or just put it in Discord in general. Or you can DM it to me on Twitch as well if you want to do that. Then I can take a look at the game jam. We can kind of go through it together and see, if this is too insane or if it's actually going to give you a lot to learn. Are there more questions? I'd love to answer some more questions about this or about your own game or anything of the kind. Any question goes. No, I do not sell my worn socks. Sorry. I'll just answer that beforehand. I keep getting that question, so I'll just answer that beforehand. Okay. Yeah, I decided to do this this topic based on a suggestion in YouTube, or in the YouTube comments. And to be honest, I wasn't thinking of doing this topic at all because I just never really thought that people were trying to learn as much as possible in a short amount of time. I always thought, mainly because I did it myself, right? And so it felt very natural to me. Working on your dream game as soon as possible is like the thing everyone wants to focus on, and I get it because again, I've done it. But now that I've got 6 years of experience, 6 years in indie, 2.5 years in AAA, it's I've learned better. I've learned better. I don't think it's for a friend's school project, and I'm doing art for it. Haha, I've got to get into it in a few. The theme is food distribution to the homeless, so it's about a soup kitchen. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, I mean it's a cool topic. Yeah. So my personal suggestion would be to first make a basic pass over the 24 different things you have to draw. And stick with that. And then if there's really time left, that's when I would say, okay, try to improve, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them in terms of quality. But I think it's much better to just have the 24 functional, readable, people can deduct what it is, right, from looking at it, than it is to have 24 that look amazing, right? And Starbreeze, if you're really looking to learn as much as possible, and maybe perhaps in the future you're thinking about going into the game dev industry, right, in AAA, being able to do things quickly, but still have assets being readable and informative and whatever, is a very good skill to have. So I definitely think that it's a good way to learn. Absolutely, absolutely, that is definitely the case. Okay, so let's. I've already got this saved, and then let's open up Steam, right? Because we're gonna look at Hoops FPS, and I called it Hoops FPS Bad Expectations. I've had to redo a few things so far. Are you saying I should draw everything first and worry about edits redoing things later? Yes, absolutely. Yes, that's definitely what I recommend. Absolutely. Definitely the case. Okay, let's have a look. Where was I going? Oh yeah, store. And then Hoops FPS. So there was a Reddit thread earlier. Oh, you guys have leads. Ah, how big is the team? If you have a lead, then surely it's more than 2 artists. Or is it just a project lead? Because in that case, I've got advice for that as well. There's 5 people working on it. Okay. All right. Seeing as you guys are on a specifically a time budget, there's 2 considerations, right? You're the only artist. Okay. Then this especially counts. There's 2 considerations. What matters more? Having things look as good as possible, or having everything in the game? You can't have both, right? Because, mainly because you are working on a deadline, right? And so if the importance is having everything in the game, then I'd suggest, work on all 24 first, get those finished, first version, and then see how much time is left to actually improve things. If the goal is to have things look as high quality as possible, then it's a matter of, let's get the first 10 in, right? Let's say there's 10 things that you really want in there that should look as high quality as possible, and only work on those. And then when there's time left, that's when you pick up the 11th one and then the 12th one and whatever, right? But that decision needs to be made, right? Having everything in readable first polished. Okay, there you go. And if your lead starts questioning how long things take, right, or more often how long things should take according to their own opinion, not skill, it's opinion, then that is definitely a discussion that normally would be worth having. But at the same time, because it's a school project, I don't think it's worth the hassle. I would mainly just stick to what you know. You are the only artist in the team. You know how long things take to make, and you know roughly how to make things look good. And so I would 100% recommend sticking with that, and just saying, okay, I can get this done within that amount of time. If you want everything in, this is roughly the quality bar that we're going for. Not much earlier, not much higher than that. Okay, all right. Anyway, so Hoops FPS, right? There was a Reddit thread this morning. I think I read it this morning. So a few hours ago, where the developer of Hoops FPS, apparently called Ronald Elizondo, something like that, was saying that they worked on this for a few months, that it's a multiplayer game, and that they've sold only 2 copies in the first day, I think. And they said they weren't expecting to get rich over this, but damn, they were the reality check was real, right? Now, Why did I call this section Hoops FPS Bad Expectations? Is because I think the developer had really bad expectations. Let's take a look at the trailer, shall we? So, what do you guys think is wrong with this? Pricing is an issue. Yes, pricing is a big issue. It's a really big issue. €11 and 24 cents on discount, may I add? So it's €12.50 not on discount. Is a super big issue, right? One of the most impressive things about this game is the fact that it's multiplayer and that it works, right? Or I'm assuming that it works, right? Based on the trailer, I can assume that multiplayer works. That is the most impressive thing about this game, because multiplayer is just a whole nother beast. That tackling it is probably what cost him most of those months. Don't mind, you're saying a lot of stuff. Yeah, there is quite a lot of stuff wrong here. We'll go through it again, but this time I'll pause it when I have something to say. UI, store page sucks, core loop not clear. Yes, all of those things I 100% agree with. So one of the things that what happens right about here. One of the things that definitely wasn't thought of, and that you would have learned if you spent time working through, let's say, those 4 projects I mentioned earlier, is game design. Because we're talking about a basketball first-person game. Also, the S really needs to not be there, because now it's Hoops first-person shooter. It's not a shooter. This is not an FPS game. It's first-person, sure, but it's not a shooter. But one of the things that they would have known if they would have spent some time on learning how to design games is that doing... hey, Yasa, how are you doing? Well, you shoot the basketball. In that case, Super Mario is also a first-person shooter, because when you jump on top of the Shell Boys, that's what I'll call them for now, because I forgot their actual the Koopas. Yeah, the Koopas. The Shell Boys. I like that name a lot more. When you jump on top of them, they turn into their little shell version. And then, oh, hey, B-Mate, I didn't even see you there. Sorry. Hi, how are you doing? They turn into a little shell version, and then you jump on top of it, and then the shell gets shot away. So Super Mario is now a first-person shooter. There you go. If we're following that logic, yeah, a lot of things are first-person shooters. But yeah, one of the things you would have known is that doing this, where you are playing the basketball and you need to look the camera down to shoot it kind of against the floor, to bounce it, to then grab it again, and then, you know, keep doing that until you reach the other side of the court and shoot your shot. That does not feel nice to do with a camera. Not one bit. Right? So don't do that kind of stuff. And the developer would have known this if they spent a bit more time asking for feedback, because I reckon there wasn't much feedback done on this. The FPS thing, I would let it slide because it's easier to casual person to identify what it is. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's fair. It's not a huge thing. Yeah, it's more the technicality than anything else. I think that's fair. Also, one thing wrong with the store page is that the thumbnail of the video is 2D. Might lead people to believe it's a 2D game at a first glance. The thumbnail of the video is 2D. Oh, yes, this, yes. Yeah, I actually don't know what this is. Is it shown? No, I think it's just like a map overview or something. Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. Yeah, it might be a bit misleading. Should be FPV, first person view. Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree. It's very much a technicality. I definitely agree there with. I'm just gonna call you NYS because I don't know how else to shorten down your name into a somewhat, something I can just roll off the tongue. Nistus. That could be a way to do it, right? Um, I don't know what you like to be called. I don't know. Someone in the thread also pointed out that he has a better logo in the video than what is said as his main capsule. Uh, Hoops FPS. Yeah, so this is not very readable. If we compare this to something like, now I need to think really hard on something that does this well. Oh, I know. Can you see how readable that is? Even Hades Star, whatever that is, has a pretty readable capsule image, right? So yeah, when you publish a game on Steam, make sure that this image is as readable as it can be, because right now it's not. Trying to match the logo with the art style is a good one. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So I think one of the exercises we can do together here is I'll find the Reddit thread, and then we can go on there and provide extra feedback, right? Because was it on r/GameDev? I think so. I think it was. It probably got a bunch of upvotes because I saw it on trending, I think. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, I love the title. Okay. First day of release. Today I released my first project on Steam. They say the first day is the biggest day, and well, oof. So I've been working on this project for months, pouring blood, sweat, and tears into a project, as we all do. On top of having a newborn. Okay. I released my first title on Steam, Hoops FPS. It's been out about 9 hours and I've sold 2 copies, which is disappointing. I didn't expect a blockbuster, but damn, 2? So for marketing, I did some TikTok ads that got over 20k plays, funneled to a web page to wishlist the game. I got a big streamer to shout it out. I gave out 100 keys to streamers and various people, reached out to local and online reporters, no one responded, and put together presentations for a branded tournament of content creators. Companies rejected me, and content creators didn't reply. I plan on making the game better and continuing, but damn if it hurts. There's a lot to unpack here, actually. I forgot how much there was in this post. So first off, let's start with the really positive. I released my first title on Steam. Congratulations, that is really awesome. Most of us don't even get there, ever. So congratulations, right? That's really cool. Then a little above this, been working on this project for months, pouring blood, sweat, and tears into a project, as we all do. Why? Now, more specifically, for those of you that have not seen the game dev topic we did just now, I can still open up the notes that I have. Oh, balls, that's not the right one, is it? The game dev topic we just did. Here we go, script editions. Where is it? We talked about learning skills through 22-month projects instead of 3 2-year projects, right? Because the amount of skills you learn, all of these, will really help you when making a larger game that costs you multiple months to make, okay? So the whole thing of as we all do, I think that is one of the biggest issues with the indie dev community at the moment, because we should stop doing that. We should focus on learning how to actually make games before we spend months on one project, because we'll essentially do really basic things and call it good enough because we don't know how to do it better because we've had no practice, right? So hopefully that answers your question as well. So then, continuing onwards, on top of having a newborn, congratulations. I sold 2 copies, which is disappointing and didn't expect a blockbuster, but damn, 2? Yeah, pricing plays a big part here. Asking €11.24. Let's see, what is the price of Hades? Hades is priced at €13.64. Yeah, so Notch made Minecraft first. That was one of his first games, probably his first. And he got lucky. He's the edge case. He's the outlier, not the rule, right? The fact that Notch made however much money he did, plus did the 2 billion that Microsoft paid him for the game, means he's the outlier. Not the rule. That's the not on sale price for Hades. They were priced the same without his 10% discount. Right. Gotcha. Yeah. So for Hades, a game which I've pumped into, let's have a look. How many hours have I pumped into this? 17.9 hours up to now. I still have way more to do. I can essentially pay the same amount of money and still have way more fun, and it look way better, and there's way more content, right? And obviously, Hades is made by a much more experienced team, a much larger team. I get that. I get all of those things. But people that don't understand that, specifically gamers, right? They don't care. They see a game, if they even like it, they see that price, they'll think that is really expensive for what I'm getting, right? Even if they were doubting and like thinking like, should I pick this up? Let's look at the price. It's €11.24. That's way too much. I'm not going to pick it up, right? So price is a big, big thing here. I would have priced this at €2.50, maybe 3, something of the kind, not much more than that. And I think that might even be a little too much, but that is what I would do, because not only do you have to do that, if you want to play this with your friends, right, because it's a multiplayer game, right, and I can bet you that if there's only 2 copies sold, there's currently no one online, so you'll end up queuing forever. Not only you, but one of your friends has to pay this amount as well. So, that makes the barrier to entry much, much higher than it should be. Let's have a look. You're not going to get lucky making 2D platformer number 92,957. I disagree. I disagree a lot. Let's see, which examples can I grab? Yes. So we have Super Meat Boy, Super Meat Man. This game was released in 2010. Oh god, how time flies. 2010, right? Back when the indie scene was basically non-existent, and where this was one of the first really successful 2D platformer games. Then we'll continue on to Broforce, which was released in 2015. Very successful 2D platformer, right? But definitely like, I don't know, the 30,000th one that exists, right? I had another one just now. Oh yeah. Then we move on to Celeste. Celeste was released in 2018, probably number 60,000 something. Very successful game, very, very successful. And so you might get lucky with the next 2D platformer. I definitely agree. It's definitely the most saturated genre, sure, and your chances are very low, sure, but it's definitely possible. And I think games like Celeste actually really showcase that, because Celeste by no means is that much of a it's not that good of a game. It's a good game, but it's not something to the degree of saying something like where you're like, whoa, this is like insane, right? It doesn't really get there, or at least not for me, right? The opinions differ. So in that regard, you need to just have a well-designed, well-polished game. Those are the 2 aspects that are going to get you, no matter the genre, that are going to get you the furthest, right? The main reason I would, to round off that question, sorry, I'm really going on a tangent here. To round off the question, I would say that I just lost my thought process, so I have no idea what I was going to say. Oh well. So it's definitely possible to make something really cool. It's just a matter of how good you are through the practice that you've had. I'm biased because I don't play those games. Fair enough, absolutely fair. This does apply to most other genres, though. All right, let's see what else I've missed. I also feel like multiplayer for a small indie game is a double-edged sword. People will have the expectancy that there will be people to play with, which is not the case if you sold 2 copies. Yeah, BMA, 100% correct. 100% correct. Whoops. Yeah, multiplayer, man. As an indie developer, unless you have 10 years of experience, don't do multiplayer. From a technical perspective, multiplayer is incredibly hard. It really is, right? If you think you understand programming, adding a layer of multiplayer, of networking on top of that, is just such another mind-blowing aspect of programming something. You easily increase your scope by triple-fold, right? And then you introduce the problem of, okay, you need to have enough people buying and playing your game at any time in order to actually create a fun player experience, especially if it's an exclusive multiplayer, which means there is no single player and there are no bots to play against, right? Don't do multiplayer unless you have 10 years of experience, and even then, you need to have a significant budget because servers are not cheap. I would place Hoops FPS to more of a €2 price range. I'd agree. Yeah, I reckon if it was €2, right, and I wanted to play with 3v3, so it's like 6 people, well, me and 5 others, that would cost me €12. That would cost me the same as what 1 copy costs right now. It'd be so much easier to convince my friends or even you guys if this game was priced only €2, so we'd really dive into it and then discuss it and really understand what we're going for and what it is. Than it is right now to do that, because I've asked you guys to pay €11.24 for this. I hope you'd all say no. I'd really hope so. One of the good pieces of advice in this thread: you make multiplayer free with in-app purchases. How did you not know this? Where does it say that? Does it say that anywhere? That's it. You mean in the Reddit thread, right? Sorry, I'm all over the place. Well, you make multiplayer free with in-app purchases. How did you not know this? I actually don't know if I agree with that. Was it in the thread you said? Let's find it. Let's find it, shall we? Hey, Talon, I see you there. Nice one. I saw you actually this morning already. I already read it. Very good. I'll upvote it. There you go. Where was the in-app purchases? Can I just Control F it? No. In-app. No. Means, oh shit, I don't want to give her an award. I don't have money. Jesus, who has money nowadays? Not taking risks is the best risk. Make your first game an MMORPG. God, yeah. Multiplayer, you said. Multiplayer. Okay, let's see. On sale, but must move on to your next project. For next project, reduce scope if you can. No multiplayer, yeah. Absolutely. Okay, there's another multiplayer. Yeah. This is really good advice. Wow, this person really did their research. Nice. That's very good. If I'm looking over it, please let me know. Because I have bad brain sometimes. Oh, you don't sell play games. You make them free and do microtransactions. How do you not know? Oh, right. Oh, okay. Yeah, you make them free and do microtransactions. How do you not know this? Yeah. Oof. Well, you can't. Well, you could, but you shouldn't. Because if you make the multiplayer game free, you will first have to provide a lot of upfront money to run those servers because they need to be up and running, right? and then you need to hope that people like the game enough to spend money on the microtransactions, which then hopefully recuperates into being able to pay for the servers. Even if some of that like made it all the way around and that actually made sense, which it doesn't, and you actually managed to make money that way, it'd be incredibly risky. And as soon as your game starts dying, right, which inevitably it will do, um, you'll end up spending a lot more on keeping the servers up for the hardcore fan base that loves to still play and who've already bought most of the microtransaction stuff. And so you'll just be paying for servers, but there's not a lot of new money coming in. And so at the end of the day, yeah, you're essentially just this is a risky strategy. I would not and most free games suck. Yes, they do. There are a couple of free games which are nice. Even though it's not my cup of tea, Fortnite is by no means a game that sucks. There's also a game called Robo Wars, I think it is. I played this a long ass time ago. I don't think it doesn't even exist anymore. Okay. Yeah, that was a pretty good game. But it probably also died because of the aspect of multiplayer servers cost a lot of money. Yes, yeah, BMA, yeah, 100% agree there. That's why a lot of older MMOs were subscription based to solve the game dying aspect, and a lot of them still are today. I believe World of Warcraft is still subscription based. Not sure if RuneScape is. I'm not sure. I never played most of those, so I really wouldn't know. But yeah, so Hoops FPS, bad expectations, because not only is all of that wrong, all of the stuff we've already mentioned, what is also wrong is the UI, both of this, but also of this stuff, this power bar, how powerful your basketball shot is, maybe, whatever that is, no idea. So that's pretty bad. The art looks pretty bad. You've got Minecraft clouds, like 1.4.2 Minecraft clouds. You've got you've got like Roblox people. That's the dribble bar, right? Right, gotcha. The dribble bar, nice. One of those things that just doesn't work this way. You got like the Roblox people in the background. You've got the skybox JPEG of like the city skyline. You've got yeah, really basic basketball hoop and everything. The game just doesn't look good. The game does not look like a game I would pay money for. The textures do look very blurry, don't they? Even here, so okay, so inconsistency time. We've got the nice JPEG of the city skyline. Then we've got a few 3D buildings, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to do that, that's okay. But make sure that the entire section here is then filled up with 3D buildings, right? Make sure that's consistent. The colors behind the baskets are kind of a mess. Audience and the benches. Yeah, why are the like the structure of the audience benches? Why is that green, and then the benches themselves are blue, and then I think here there's like 6 of the same model sitting behind each other with purple sweaters. In terms of color theory, it's bad. Also, this blue of the number 2 and this blue, whatever that is, will fade into each other. Yeah, you could say that this is just a game of basketball and that's your core loop, but it's a very poor core loop. People that want to play basketball will go play basketball. They wouldn't necessarily do it through a digital means. They'll go out and play basketball. And I believe if I go NBA, there we go. I mean, to be fair, this is also mixed reviewed, but at the very least, people bought it, right? Look at the graphics being a lot better. Still very disappointing, to be fair, from a publisher like 2K. I thought this game was about basketball. Where have I ended up? yeah, it's just if people really wanted to play a digital means of basketball, they'd buy this, right? Where there is probably still an active player base, um, and even though the game wasn't received very well, you know, there's at least something here. Yeah, all those non-basketball screenshots. Yeah, I know. I was so surprised. I was like, what's going on? I thought it was a basketball game. But hey, there's at least some basketball screenshots, right? So, it's something. Um, but yeah, so Hoops FPS. Hoops FPS. Hopefully I've given you enough traffic today to your Steam page to give it somewhat of a boost in the organic search. Um, but in order to fix your game and to make it actually good, first off, reduce the price to €2 at most. So I think it's $2.50 or so, or like $2.10 or something, at absolute most. Then upgrade your Steam page to tell much more about your game, right? And if there isn't much more to tell, then that is a problem to fix. But first do that. Remove the esports tag because that is not doing you any favors. And then start with redesigning a lot of the core aspects of the game. Having to look down with the camera in order to dribble, and then look back up again, and look back down again, and look back up again, and down again, and whatever, to then take my shot. It's just not a good gameplay experience. It just isn't. So fix those things, and then maybe it justifies the €2 price tag. But for right now, your expectations were off. I know you weren't expecting a blockbuster, but even expecting any sales, I must say 2 sales. That's kind of impressive, to be fair. Especially at this price tag. So don't do that. Okay? That's Hoops FPS. There you go. All right. So we're about an hour into the stream. You mentioned the X meets Y principle before. This seems to be a case of that gone wrong. Literally, basketball meets FPS. Well, yes. Hey, Lightfoss, how you doing? You could say that this is indeed basketball meets first-person shooter. However, I'd still argue, very much so, that this is not a first-person shooter. If you really wanted to do X meets Y with this, with basketball and first-person shooter, from the top of my head, and this is by no means a good concept, but from the top of my head, do this, but give everyone a basketball gun, where you have, I don't know, 3 basketballs in your magazine, and you can shoot your basketballs either against other players in order to knock them away, right? Not kill them or something, but just to knock them away, knock them off their shot, essentially. Or you can shoot it to make the shot and try to score. If you then increase the movement speed and make the jumps pretty high, then I think you could have a pretty fun game. I think at the very minimum you'd meet that FPS criteria a lot more. Dodgeball Academia. I've not heard of this game. Dodgeball Academia. Ooh, €25. That's quite a bit. Oh, but quality. The quality's there. Let's have a look at this. Oh yeah, yeah. This is great inspiration. Look at the juicy aspects of this trailer alone, right? This is excellent. Like, if you can do any of this, in like a basketball themes or basketball guns or whatever you want to do, then yeah, you'd have a much better game. So if you want to use X meets Y that way, that's okay. But make sure that when you say basketball meets FPS, that you actually include some of the core aspects of what makes a first-person shooter. Okay. Cars meets football. Rocket League did it right. Yeah. Rocket League did that very well. It's football, but you're all in cars, and you can destroy each other, and you can score. It's X meets Y. Cars meet football. They've done it very well, but that's because if we were to compare it, right? If we would follow the logic of Hoops FPS for Cars meets football, we would end up with a game that is football, but all of the cars are missing their wheels or missing a steering wheel. And then you think to yourself, well, yeah, no wonder this doesn't work because I'm missing my wheels, right? So, yeah, when you do X meets Y, make sure you include core aspects of the X and of the Y, okay? For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about with X meets Y, there's a video on my channel called Why Your Project Will Never Be Finished. I uploaded it 2 days ago. Feel free to have a watch to understand the X meets Y technique, to also then go into MDA models and then to go into core loop development. And then hopefully there's a lot to learn there, I hope. But, okay. So, that concludes Hoops, FPS, Bad Expectations, okay? That leaves us with another hour and a half worth of stream time. First question I'll ask, right? Because this very much becomes, okay, fast and loose, and we can kind of just figure out what we want to do. First question I'd ask is there anyone in chat right now who has a demo of their game that they'd like me to take a look at in order to get feedback so that it can become even better and so that you don't end up like Hoops FPS did? Because I'm happy to download a demo and play it, and then we can talk through it together, and we can come to the best feedback you can possibly get. At least in the moment. I'm not saying that I'm the most amazing guy and that I'll know all of the best objective feedback, but if you're still watching, then I hope that you enjoy the feedback I give. I don't know. I don't know how to finish that sentence without stroking my own ego, so I'm just not going to finish the sentence. Okay. Because if there is someone who wants me to test their game and to go through it, I'd be more than happy to. The second question that I have for people is, do you know of a different game that has a demo from an indie developer? I'm not looking for AAA games. From an indie developer that you think I should play through and give feedback on. Lightfast is still in early prototype phase. Yeah, fair enough. I would say, but again, whatever feels comfortable for you. I would say that your prototyping phase is the perfect place to get feedback. But I'll leave that up to you. There's no pressure, okay? No pressure at all, I promise. Yeah, if you guys have a indie game you've seen that has a demo that you want me to look at, let me know. And if there is not, but you have questions, feel free to ask those at all times, then we'll go through them. And if all of those things is nothing up to now, then I will go through Reddit and grab some demos that I've seen. We can go through r/play my game. Yeah, BMA, you got a good point. We'll go through r/play my game. We can even go through r/game dev or r/game design. We can talk about some of the topics that are posted there. I saw that in some of the YouTube comments that people wanted me to do that. So I'll leave it up to you guys. But for right now, I'm going to go find an indie game that we can take a look at together. Okay, let's have a look. See, this is not mine, but by my friends. Oh yeah, so links are disabled in chat. If you're in the Discord, then you can send it me there. I'll look in a second. But if you're not in the Discord, then you can send me a DM on Twitch with the link in it. Okay, that is the best way to get a link to me. No worries. It's all good. Prototype phase is in very, very early prototype phase. Yeah, totally agree. By all means, when you think it's ready, feel free to show it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, because I have a project I'm working on, and I'm gonna strip back a lot of the things I've done in the past. Any chance of 1080p plus stream quality? Hey Blaze Shock, how you doing? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so I think for Streamlabs, which is the streaming software that I use, I have to make a choice either between 720p 60 FPS or 1080p 30 FPS. There's no 1080p 60 FPS. Yeah, I've made the choice for 60 FPS, but if you say 1080p is just more preferable, then by all means the next stream will be 1080p, okay? But thanks for commenting. But don't worry, you'll be the first person I'll come to feedback for. Lightfast, you're very kind. Again, no pressure. Feel free to show me whenever it's ready. Starberry, I think next time I do a jam, I will try to do one that is a week. Lol, I'm so nervous. yeah, it's okay to feel nervous. Nervous just means that you're challenging yourself and that you are learning from it, or at least I hope you're learning from it, because else all that nervousness is for nothing, and that'd be a shame. Blaze Shock says, "All right, it still looks good. No worries. Okay, no worries. But the next time I'll do 1080p. No worries at all. Okay, so I think Jagu has sent me. Yes, they have. Oh, a 2D platformer. Okay. Platformity. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's put it over here. Let's pull up my Streamlabs again. There we go. Okay, Platformity, created by Team Santiri for FGJ 2022. Team Santiri is Samuel K, Nico V, and Otto. Okay, more information. Released 12 days ago. Ah, okay. Shall we look at the trailer first? Let's do the trailer first. Let's do that first. Oh, wow, a lot of levels. Okay, I already have so many comments. But first, let me respond to Jagu. I did a game jam that was 2 weeks long. I was meant to be a little bit relaxed. I ended up working a lot. I just kind of do gems without going overboard. Yeah, that's the exact same reason why I also don't do gems. I just can't. Like the stress is just such a damper on my creativity. That I know that the result won't be any good. So I just don't take the risk. And instead I just work on things in a different way. Yeah, so for Platformity, great trailer so far, even though it's definitely on the long side with 2 minutes and 25 seconds, but maybe that's a prejudgment. So far, so good, because in those first 9 seconds, well, okay, after 3 seconds, which is fine, you show me gameplay. That's really great, lovely, super good. You also show me the visual style of the game, which is simple but looks good. It's clear. I can clearly determine what is going on. The particle effects are, particle effects, very good thing. Because this can be an issue if you don't do this. If you look at the jumps, we can see the trajectory of the player. Now, you'd think to yourself, it's just a particle effect, it's just there to add a little bit of value there. But what this actually does, it informs the player how far they can jump, because they get a visual line, right, even though it fades after a short amount of time. They get a visual line of what their trajectory is. So doing this kind of stuff, amazing. Really good. Even if this is accidental or if it's on purpose, either way, great job. All right, okay, here comes the mechanic. That is very nicely made. I am surprised by the level of polish that I'm seeing here. I wonder if there's a maximum amount of blocks that I'm allowed to use. I'm gonna see that when I play the game in a second, but based on the trailer, I am wondering this. Okay, so the trailer now at 46 seconds is feeling a bit long. And there's not enough different stuff happening. So in that regard, the trailer is on the long end. But I'll keep watching it because I don't want to. Okay, and then they respawn again. Okay, that makes sense. It's a cool mechanic. Nice, yeah. Okay. Avoid spikes, they are dangerous. Yeah, you don't even need to explain that. Naturally, we know as human beings that spikes are dangerous. Cacti are a thing. And in general, we know that anything that has like really sharp shape language is inherently dangerous. Or usually is, anyway. You can stop moving platforms by shooting against it, I think it said. I was not actually looking at it. Also, the lack of music is understandable because it was made for a game jam. But any looping track would have been fine, I think. Stop by adding blocks. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is cool. This is very cool. So, I would have included this way like way more towards the beginning. Like at 20 seconds or 25 seconds, I would have included this. This is very cool. I love the way that yeah, I love the way that the mechanics were combined here. Very well done. Avoid or block falling spikes. Oh yeah, yeah, okay. Very solid. Ooh, nice. Bit of challenge, okay. One thing you also want to avoid in the trailer is showing too much, which means you're showing the solution to a lot of levels. Because I've now seen the solution to 8 or 9 levels, I think. But let's go through it. Let's have a look. See. Let's unpack it here. Yes, I know I still need to fill in my key. Platformity. Hopefully it opens up on the main screen. Yeah, it does. Alright. Okay, master volume, I'll put it at 0.3. There you go. I think that's... how's the sound for that, guys? Does that sound good? Oh, there is music, by the way. I can hear it. If the sound is not... Yeah, I like the simplicity of the graphics. Yeah, totally agree. Alright, if we go to 1-1. A and D to move. It's nice and responsive. And again, it is... Alright, Jago, thank you. It is such a small, tiny thing that they could have chosen not to do, and it makes me realize that probably these people, they've probably made a game before. But the way that when I press D to move to the right, the way that the character slightly turns, like the sprite slightly turns, it makes it feel so much more dynamic. It is such a nice little detail. It's a tiny detail, but it feels really nice. So, great job. Plus space to jump. Also, another really nice detail. When I jump, the sprite slightly squishes, right? Which is also a nice way to say that, hey, this guy isn't that powerful. He can definitely die very quickly. Okay. Oop. There we go. Solid. Oh, okay. Yeah, solid in teaching the main mechanics. Oh, very quickly. Nice skill gate as well. Yep. And now left mouse button. Yeah, this is really responsive. I love this. I love the visual style of this. Oh, it's a little bit figuring out where I can do stuff. There we go. All right. Now I am just wondering. Oh, there. Okay, there is a maximum of 4 blocks. Okay, so that's not explained. But you know. Oh, damn it. I was kind of hoping... Do I fall faster than my projectile? Yes, I do. Okay. Yeah, the projectiles don't fire very fast, so... But then again, I don't know why I'm trying to do it super fast, because there's no timer or anything, so, you know. Dimitri HD, developers in chat, glad that you decided to try it out. Could you test out my website game? Ishad, whatever you'd like me to call you. I'm sorry I butchered your name. If you send me a DM on Twitch, I can see the link and then I'll check it out. Equally, if it's easier for you, you can also join the Discord and then just tag me. Say like at everyone or whatever. Not at everyone, sorry. At my tag. And then I'll see it there as well. Dimitri, welcome. As I understand it, you are the developer or one of the developers of Platformity. First off, let me say you've done a great job. I'm really liking it. Like I've already said to chat, the little adjustments of the sprites in rotation when going left and right, very nice, makes it feel very dynamic. Same for the squishy animation that happens during jumping. The particle effect that trails behind the player, especially whilst jumping, gives you a very nice view of the trajectory that the player is on. Does that not work? It does not work. Let me get you a link for you, because I want to make sure that I don't ruin this. Copy. here it is. There you go. So yeah, so that's all of the things. Ooh, there we go. That's all the things I looked at so far. And I'm just continuing now. For the trailer, you guys did a really great job. It's a bit on the long side, and I would have put the level with the upward jets, where like the player has to balance themselves against the platform that's moving along the top. I would have put that way more towards the start, because that's a really cool way to showcase the different combinations of mechanics. Yeah, that kind of cool stuff, otherwise known as the rule of cool. I'll explain that also in a different video. But the rule of cool is essentially that when things are really cool, show those first. Yeah, in D&D it means when something is really, really cool, but doesn't exactly follow the exact rules of the game, then you should maybe still allow it, right? Oh, okay, yeah, I was confused for a moment. And I think I was confused slightly, but I could have seen it based on where I'm pointing my mouse. I thought this was the gap here was smaller than the 2 blocks I needed to get through it, but that was not the case. So, oh, nice. Oh shit, hold on, I'll show you that again. Slight bug. I don't think it's a bug. I think it's intended functionality. Yeah, if I try to hop over the one gap, my movement speed is enough to help me do it, but not quite enough to actually get me across the collision that you have in the game. But a jump fixes it, so it's not like a game-breaking bug. Game jam bugs, yeah, 100%. I totally understand. I wouldn't worry about it. So far, I'm having a great time with this. And now I also believe, yeah, so one of the real feedback points I have is that it's never really explained that you have a maximum of 4 blocks that you can place, right? It doesn't need a lot of explanation, I think, especially in levels like this, where I'm obviously going to use more... Oh, balls. Hey, Shad, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that a lot. In levels like this, where I'm obviously going to use more than 4, I'll see them disappear. So I know, okay, I only have so many. Order on the timer, that could also be it. I know that's not the case, but that could be a conclusion people make. Hey, Trick Snoop, thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. There we go. But I do actually have a point. There we go. There we go. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. No. I'm trying to break your game. I'm really trying to break your game. Dimitri, thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. Dimitri says, thanks for the feedback. The game was mostly made during a 2-day game jam, so it remains fairly unpolished. Although with receiving positive feedback, we are discussing about developing the game further, possibly introducing an in-game level editor. Okay. 2-day game jam. Again, impressive what you guys put together. It's very nice. I would recommend developing this game further because it's nice, and it's especially this with the placing blocks and like the way that I'm not sure what technique you guys used here, but the way that kind of like the grid is revealed behind the background makes it feel super polished and really interesting. So from that perspective, you guys have a really great use case. Would I recommend a level editor? I don't know what your guys' level of experience is. So if this is your first game like this, I would not recommend it. It's a lot of work for potentially not that much gain. But if you guys have quite a bit of experience, then yeah, by all means, I think it really heightens the replay value of a game. So yeah, if you have the experience, why not, right? In these tighter spaces, it is definitely a bit harder. Oh shit. To see what I'm doing. That is definitely the case. I'm not sure why that is. Okay, nice. Bollocks. There we go. Oh, shit. But yeah, you definitely have a nice game here. I'm gonna make it, I promise. I'm not gonna stop playing it still if I've made it. How many levels are there? I'm very curious. Don't Mind says, limiting the number of times you can shoot a block on a screen could probably bring some interesting puzzle aspects. Does that happen later in the progression? Yeah, so we just saw some of it just now, but I definitely think there's a lot of expanding you can do on top of it. I 100% agree. There's definitely quite a bit of expanding you can do on this. I need to take my time. Also, if you wanted to introduce a hardcore mode, add a timer. And then make sure no one knows that I suggested that feature, because people will hate me for it. But yeah, that is for if you want to make it a hardcore mode. So I'm just wondering, am I missing something, or is this purely decorative, these black blocks? I'm just wondering. Because in essence they are gameplay elements, right? I'm supposed to interact with them. At least that's what the game has taught me, right? So that's what makes me kind of suspicious, saying like, okay, well, I see those blocks. If I shoot them, they disappear. But there's nothing there. There's nothing to collect. There seems to be no like secret path or anything. So why would I, right? That's kind of the... Oh, have I locked myself? Oh no, there we go. Okay. Alright, okay. The game has a way of unblocking itself. Very good. Let's put that there. Let's see. Dimitri says, although we don't have a lot of experience yet, we are currently a team of 5 enrolled in game programming university level studies. If possible, I would like to link our newest game, PS1 style Eerie Escape the Room Puzzle 3D game. Yes. So Dimitri, and to the whole team, you guys are doing great, and I don't know which year of university you guys are, but definitely great job on picking a university course in the first place, because there are definitely some, like for example Full Sail, which are absolute bullshit and you should never spend your money on them. But most university level studies in game programming or in game design are relatively decent. The one I went to was very good. I really enjoyed it. There's still a lot they can improve, but I had a really good time there. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, link me the game either through Discord or through the Twitch DMs. Clipping that and sending it to Tim. He went to Full Sail. You mean Tim Bodette, the guy that made Accelerate? I'd be very curious to have a talk with him, to have an interview with him. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'd be very curious to have a chat with him, because I've only heard really bad things about Full Sail, also from my own teaching staff, from the teachers that taught me. And we're talking about guys that have been in the industry for 30 odd years, working on GTA 1, 2, and 3, working on most of the FIFA franchises. Really impressive stuff. They're really cool teachers. God, there's so many people. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it, but it's the first time that I've actually have so many comments to go through. Simple obstacles like that we designed for the timer in mind, but we removed the timer in the end. Yeah, I think removing the timer, definitely a good idea for your casual mode. If you want to make it hardcore, where it is simply just a bit more unfair, by all means, I would add it. I've heard bad things about Full Sail too. Yeah, by all accounts that I have, definitely not a school I'd recommend going to. There we go. Oh yeah, no, I'm talking about Full Sail University. Well, university. Oh, BMA, no way! That's where I've gone. I've gone to the NHTV in Breda. I graduated 2 years ago. Oh man, no way! That's so cool to hear. And definitely a shame that you couldn't manage housing there. For me personally, I didn't live in Breda. I lived in Nijmegen, so it's like 2 hours away by train. And so I traveled up and down for 2.5 years, because then after that I got a car, so I was able to drive it. So it was an hour there, hour back, which was a lot more doable. So I did that for another 1.5 years, and then after that my internship was in the UK, so I went to the UK. I think it would have been the same year then. Yeah, I think so too. Oh, what a shame. Okay, did you pick up a different course afterwards? Did you do that? Perhaps at the HKU in Hilversum, Utrecht? Utrecht? I think it's Utrecht. Um, Smurfs says, also, we're all in Finland, so universities are usually all good quality. Yeah, I know a guy from Finland. I've recently met him. Excellent producer. Yeah, he was saying that the quality of life in general was very good in Finland. So, yeah, that's really good to hear. Yeah, HUST and Leeuwarden, a more generic study. Gotcha. If you want any insights or stuff like that, feel free to hit me up. I'm best available through Discord. That's just easiest to talk. I'd be happy to give you more info, and like, you know, if you're still looking to get into game dev, or if you already are, by all means, shoot me a message anytime, man. I'd love to share the knowledge. Have I missed any comments? Yes, from Dimitri. We're definitely going to add some sort of hardcore speedrun game mode, although we aren't quite sure how should we expand on the possible level design. Make level bigger, follow cam, any opinions? Also, we're currently first year students. Okay, for first year students, you're doing very well. Don't worry too much. Don't get cocky, but you're doing well, okay? Hey, Smurfs, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Do I have any opinions on further expanding on the possible level design? Let's keep playing for a little bit, because I am wondering a few things. There we go. Yes, I'm wondering about a few things. Namely, how many... oops. God, there we go. How many combinations you've already done is my main aspect. So again, in cases like these, I would make the highlighting icon. I'd make it a different color than the player and a different color than the grid, because sometimes I lose my icon, especially because right now, where's my icon? I know that it's over the or under the white square, but if that's like a completely different color that's out of place, so to say, it becomes a lot more visible. So that's maybe one of my core favorite points there. There we go. Avoid spikes, they're dangerous. Yeah, so I said for the trailer stuff, I said that you don't really have to explain this. It should highlight a fading blocks. Oh, okay. Then there you go. For spikes, you don't really have to explain this. Anything that has a sharp and pointy shape language in games, or even in life in general, we know that it's dangerous. Like from a natural perspective of like our Oonga Boonga brains that developed 10,000 years ago, we know that if we touched a cactus, that would hurt, right? So we've learned to not touch the cactus, and equally we've learned over the course of hundreds of years that touching things that look like a cactus, you know, pointy and whatever, that those things 9 out of 10 times will hurt. Knives, blades in general, arrows, stuff like that. So explaining this kind of stuff, it's never really a bad thing, but it's also not necessary per se, is what I would say. Ooh. Oh god. Oh wait, that's actually quite difficult. Hold on. Oh. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. This is good. This is a good level. This is a really good skill gate. This is very good. Oh. Oh god. This is a little wacky in terms of shape language. I would have rotated the spikes 90 degrees so that they're sticking sideways. They'll still damage me if I land on them, because they still convey that, but it would look a bit better, I think. But that's not really an objective point of view. That's just my opinion. What? So this is a good puzzle. This is a very good puzzle. Bollocks. Yeah, this is a good puzzle. I'm gonna put it a bit further away. Oh, bollocks. Yeah, this is a good puzzle. It is a bit on the longer side, which means that redoing this first bit starts to feel tedious at some point, because I've already done it a few times. I'm gonna place it there. Oh, so close. I know I haven't missed anything like dashing, because I know that wasn't introduced. Oh, wait, no, I'm being stupid. Hold on. I can just do this. Yeah. There we go. Look at me not being stupid. Especially because there's no timer, I can do this. Ooh. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Okay. Let me look at the comments again. Unless you have that brain thing where you don't detect danger. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what you're exactly referring to, but I do think... I know there's people who are born with bad damage receptors in their nerve system. And so let's say that they pour hot water over their hands. It still does a lot of damage, right? The skin still burns, whatever, but they don't feel it, which means they don't have the natural reaction where they pull their hand back if they touch something hot or something like that, and they'll only notice the damage afterwards. It's pretty freaky, but yeah, I know it's a thing. My biology teacher in, I don't know, the second year of high school shared that with me. Oh, shit. Come on. Nope. I think this is too... Nope, that's good. Ah, shit. Yeah, okay, so that's one of the things I mentioned earlier. The speed of the projectile is pretty slow. Which means that I need to plan my path ahead, which probably is more a me problem than anything else. But it is a problem I'm experiencing. Okay. Okay. There we go. Very nice. Whoa. Very nice. Okay. So there we go. You can stop moving platforms by adding blocks on its path. Ah. Oh, it stops completely. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, God. Yep, I need to... Oh, shit, I need to think of that. Okay, but what I could also equally do is just wait here. And then do this, and then bonk, bonk, bonk. Okay, it doesn't actually take me long. I need to walk along. But okay, this is also a valid solution, I believe. Okay. Let's read some more comments. The theme of the game jam was duality, so upon having no ideas, we decided upon a platformer where the colors black and white invert every level, while grey staying the same. This causes some cursor issues we haven't yet fixed, especially on the fading blocks. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think you're doing a good job. If you want to see a cool example of duality, something that I can think of, God, it's an Android game I played many years ago. What was it called again? I think I actually used it as an example to get into my education. If I think of the name, I'll let you know. Because I actually have no idea right now. Right, let's jump. Oh, I understand. Okay, hold on. Let's place it here. There we go. Very nice. Just make a bridge to walk on. Yeah, in some levels that's definitely possible. Like, especially in a level like this. It is very very possible. If you're not dealing with someone that's stupid, like me. Whoop. Whoop. Oh, I can't do that. Yep. Definitely cannot do that. Okay. Whoop. Oh, it even stops here in this case. Huh. Okay. Then get wrecked. I say that. Ooh. Haha. Can't get me. I don't make it. There we go. Nice. Okay, let's have a look. How many levels are there? Because I also want to give some time to some other games as well. Speaking of which, I need to still play your newer Game Jam game as well. All right, there's quite a few levels left. Yeah, I think in terms of content, you've done really well. What I would recommend, if you guys want to develop this game further, what I would recommend is setting these levels aside as they are. I don't think there's anything wrong with these levels. Making another batch of levels kind of like as a second world kind of thing. See if you can do the same, but with different colors maybe. Something like that. And then release that as a game for €1.50 or something. Actually, no, you're in university, so probably they'll have some kind of rule on not releasing games that earn you guys money, because you made it as part of a university course. And they do that to protect everyone, may I add. They're not doing that because they don't want you to make money. They're doing that to protect students from falling out with each other over money issues, right? So, but even then, I would recommend putting this on Steam. If you guys can come up with the €100 together, I recommend putting this on Steam, adding more levels, more mechanics. You're free to earn money there. Okay, I still recommend checking with just your like student counselor or just like the person that makes the rules in your university, just as a triple check. But if it is free to make money, oh, you're in the same uni. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I don't think you should expect some kind of jackpot with this. Not at all. If you guys can earn back the €100 you invested into putting it on Steam, then I think you have a real big success for yourselves, especially because you're in first year of university. Yeah, make more levels, come up with more mechanics that you can do. Look at games like Celeste, Super Meat Boy. We talked about Broforce a bit earlier. Those are the three that come to mind. I mean, Super Mario is just a really good reference for this kind of stuff. Yeah, I look at all of those games, see how they combine things, and give that a shot. But overall, I'd say big applause. If there's an applause emoji on Twitch, please use it, because big applause, you've done really well. I think this is really cool. You guys did a great job. Okay, let's have a look. There was another project that was sent my way by Avocado. PlaySimpleCoalMiner.com. Right, this was the browser game. This was the browser game. By someone. I can't remember their name, but I'm scrolling up to find out. Whose browser game was this? I can't actually scroll up far enough. But this was someone's browser game that they wanted me to play, so I'll play that as well. As for Dimitri and the team, that also includes Smurf and whoever else is watching, please send me the newer Game Jam game you made. I'll be happy to play it. If it's not this, if it is this, then by all means, I'm confused. Okay, Simple Coal Miner. Okay, I know what this game is. Factory name. Factory name. What is our factory name? We're coal miners. What is our factory name? I'm trying to think of something funny. Oh, you sent it to Twitch DM. Okay, I'll look there in a second. Cool miners. Sure. I'm happy to go with that. Okay, I don't think this actually has any effect. Factory equals coal miners. Okay. So this is a clicker game. If I now buy a cursor, it's going to click for me. And I'm going to continue clicking to get a miner. I'm going to keep on clicking to get another miner. So actually, the amount of coal I'm getting per second is so much that with every upgrade I do, it basically costs me no time to actually gain enough upgrades. It costs me no time to save up for the next upgrade. Because right now I can buy a farm, which does quite a significant increase there, which means I can buy a couple of extra cursors like that. Cursors are currently getting too expensive for their output because one cursor adds an extra 1, and they cost quite a bit, so that's quite the investment. As for a miner, they add 5. Okay. They cost quite a bit now. For pickaxes, they add 10. Okay. They're pretty good. They're pretty easy. I can do some extra farms because farms add 50. That is a pretty good investment. Now, if I wait a little bit to get a... Oh, so I can still click it myself. Right, I forgot about that. Right, here we go. I can get a factory, which added 100? Was it that much? I don't actually quite know. I didn't look. Okay. So there's actually an interesting case here. So let me check again. Factory adds 120 even. 125. Okay, that's actually quite good. So you must think to yourself, okay, why am I reviewing a idle clicker? There is something to learn here, which is that the two lines, right? There's 2 lines on this graph, right? The first line is how much coal I make per second, and the second line is the cost of upgrades. What you eventually want to be able to do is say that the cost of an upgrade becomes so extensive that it would take me too much time to save up for it naturally without spending money. Yet make it very attractive to spend only, I don't know, like 99 cents on a booster or like to prestige or whatever, right? Or to upgrade all my factories to level 100 or whatever. To then, be able to save up enough again per second to make it interesting again. Yeah, it's a functioning game. It works. It has a clear core loop, which is that of an idle clicker. Yeah, great job. If you want to improve anything, I'd say improve the background. It's not very pretty right now. I'd also make sure that the name of your factory continues to be displayed here, or maybe like up here or something. A couple of things that you could add to add a bit of flavor. That's what I'd recommend. But good job. You've made your first game. You've released it. On to the next. Good job. Okay. Let's have a look. So it was DM'd to me. Let's have a look-see. Dimitri. Right. Basement Breakout. Oh no. This is the type of stuff that... yeah, nice prototype. This is the type of stuff that I get scared of. I play everything but horror games. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so one note for the trailer. This is currently 15 seconds worth of looking at a main menu. It does not show me anything about the game. So that takes too long because it's now 22 seconds. Can I link you a new trailer? Absolutely. If you send it in DMs, I'll look at a new trailer. I wanna give you guys the best feedback you can that I can give based on the newest things, the most recent stuff. Let me check my Twitch. I'll wait for your link I wait patiently as I drink another drink that rhymes. Also, if anyone has any questions, by all means, ask away. Also, is there any more information? 13 days ago. Okay. The team is upgraded, I see. We now also have Ilmari S and Yako M. I don't think those two names were in there with the original one, I think. I might be wrong. I might have forgotten. Yeah, looks very PS1 style. That's for sure. Is this Unity dev or is this something else? I'll download it anytime as well. Let's have a look. But this one, right here is a new trailer. Let's pause that and put it here so everyone can look along. All right, guys, let's have a look. Okay, 15 seconds is still too long, but it's an improvement from 20 seconds. The music is well chosen. What were your references for this? This reminds me of Bendy and the Ink Machine. Had a similar sequence. Solve the puzzles and get out. Right, nice catch, no spelling error. Oh, wow. Morse code. Okay. Hardcore. Visually, it looks nice. It very much achieves what it intends to achieve, which is the PS1 style shading. Oh boy. Okay. Can't believe I'm about to do this to myself. Yeah. Cool trailer. Oh wait, did I just close it too early? I thought it was done. I did close it too early. Whoops. Basement breakout. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Cool trailer. Sets the mood very well. But it's definitely on the long end. Okay. So that is something that I'd recommend to improve. Wait, it did download, didn't it? Did it not download? It should have done. What are you? I'm just gonna download it again. I'm crazy. Right. Reminds me of I Expect You to Die, which makes sense if it's an escape room game. Yeah. Absolutely. Right. Let's have a look. Can I extract here? Yes. The long trailers are due to the 2-minute requirement of the game jams. Oh, right. I completely forgot about that. Fair point. Fair point. Okay, so let's take a look at Basement Breakout is what the game is called. Controls. Move WASD, pick up and drop object, left mouse button, interact E, escape, interact, nice. Escape, puzzle controls 1 to 6. Okay, alright. I'm really terrible at horror games. Okay, so I'm not sure how it is for on stream, but it's very dark, which is a good way. Jesus, which is a good way. Okay, thanks for the subtitles because I do not speak Finnish. Yeah, darkness is a good way to is a good way to simulate a feeling of horror. Right. But it's not the only way to simulate horror. Yeah, can't see shit, yeah. Take a look at Outlast 2. One of the games that has some scenes that are incredibly lit up, yet still scary as all living hell. Okay, let's see. Where's the start? What's the finish? Like that. Okay. So that opens a door? Okay, I'm just gonna first open that door that I had. Oh, I've opened up a different door now. Okay. The brightness is an issue due to our school is having supernova level brightness while developing. Yeah. Yeah. The puzzle I'm doing, yeah, it's hard to see. I agree. But I'm gonna hope that it's a little better with the. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, it opens the door. Hello. Right. May there be light. I love the little noisy textures on the walls and stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna go up there. That looks scary as all living hell. He's dead. We'll call him Frank. Then I'm gonna put this here. Hey, there we go. Now hopefully people can see better, and I can see it better, because I was confused with number 3, because it looks he only rotates once. He never rotates around, so the short bit is facing to the right. I have a hard time explaining it, but and then there we go. We've got another one unlocked. Oh wait, no wait, where's my lantern? I need to use my lantern. I have a feeling something's about to fucking creep up on me, and I don't like it. There's blood. But there seems to be nothing here that I can have. Okay. If I had a heart rate monitor set up to me right now, you'd be surprised at the number that I'm achieving. Okay, now I need to turn that one, that one. There we go. Yep, that opens up the first one. So let's grab a cursor, forgot the name for it. The little white dot in the middle of the screen. That's what I need. I need a crosshair. There you go. I got it. I got there in the end. Okay, let's look at the first door. Let's see what's in there. Oh, there's another door here. What? Oh no, my lamp. I put my lamp behind the door. Damn it. The pipe puzzle is probably the biggest issue of the game. In the lantern room, there's a page on the wall that opens the next door. You're required to only open the lantern room. Okay, so there's nothing here. Yeah, also an issue is that I just managed to, yeah, put the lantern on the other side. So that's a thing. But that begs the question. I should just stop being scared and go up here, which I can barely see what that is. Okay, a closed door, I believe. I'm just gonna reset the game for a minute, because I need my lantern. It's probably a bug, so you know, I want to give myself a fair chance, and I want to give you guys fair feedback as well. So let's do that, shall we? Right, so this one's open. The lantern was in that one, so we need to open up the third. Um, is that the middle door? Yep. No, I need the other one. Like that, like that, like that. There we go. Okay, let's grab the lantern. Oh, hey, there is a piece of paper on the wall there. Oh, look at that. Oh. DE C sharp FD C sharp. DE C sharp FD C sharp. DE C sharp FD C sharp. Okay, I will remember. Oh, here we go. It's open. Oh, fucking hell. Why do I play horror games? I should not play horror games. Okay. There's a cog there. And I can't pass through that, I reckon. Yeah, no, I can't pass through that. Okay. Let's put the light nice here. Shit. Like that. There we go. And then, oop, there we go. Let's put it there. There we go. Hey, Thunder Surge. Hey, new to the stream. Have an entry to the recent Ludum Dare. I'd appreciate feedback too. Is there a queue or something I can submit it to? No, not a queue. This is the most, the last game, not the last game we're playing, but this is the current game we're playing. If you want to share it with me, easiest way to do it is to go into the Discord, which is linked on the Twitch page, and just tag me there. Otherwise, you can also send me a DM on Twitch, which also works, and then I'll look at it after I've looked at this game. In terms to actually give feedback instead of just be scared, the game is good, but the darkness is a problem. You've managed to set the atmosphere pretty well, because I constantly feel the need to look over my shoulder. But I need to try and not do that. Oh, this is the Morse code thing. Christ. Okay. Right. Turn on. Oh, you're not turning on yet. Okay, maybe I need to solve a different part of the puzzle first. Let's go have a look. Yep, because there's this thing there. So let's put this here. In terms of atmosphere, yeah, it's good. Oh, shit. There we go. Speaking of which, I should quickly, very quickly, go into my Twitch dashboard for a minute and change the title. AAA Dev gives feedback. There we go. Cool. It's just so that everyone knows what the stream is about. Not that someone comes in thinking I'm still talking about the game dev topic that we talked about today. Okay, right. So let's go in here. Scary man, where are you? There's two. There's a piano. D E C sharp F D C sharp. Was that it? D E C sharp. F D C sharp. I'm gonna presume that that was the code. I'm sure of it. Oh, what the hell? Turn clockwise, turn counterclockwise. I don't know what that puzzle is. There's something else over there. So let's do that bit. Oh, there we go. I've got the cog. Yeah, the darkness. Oh, I did? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me... Oh, shit. Hold on. Then I need to go back. Yeah, the darkness is currently your biggest issue. Are you guys all programmers? Or is there also artists and designers in the team? There we go. Yeah, and having a crosshair would just help with knowing where I'm aiming. Oh, that's a clock room. It's the wrong one. It was D, E, C sharp. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I know why I pressed E in the end instead of D. Um, should flip that around. So it says C sharp equals 1. Oh, actually, no. You should make it a vertical list instead of a horizontal one. Because now it's C sharp 2, D3, E4, F, escape. But, it gets confusing. So it was D, E, C sharp, F, D, C sharp. There we go. Nice little cue there with the sound, with the music. Makes it so much creepier. You have one know-it-all, two programmers, two 2D artists, and one audio designer. Nice. We all have a know-it-all in our teams. That was me when I was working in university in teams. I was a designer and a producer, which automatically makes me a know-it-all. Okay. Bonk. Oh, there we go. We have 3 programmers, 1 designer, and 1 audio engineer who designed all sound effects and soundtrack for the game. Thank you for the production. No worries. That's what I'm here for. You need a code. Okay. Is there anything on here? No. Oh, it's probably the Morse code, right? That'll probably be the code that I need. Yeah, I think I just heard the Morse. Oh, I think I just heard the Morse code. Where was that again? Was that here? Yep, I can hear it now. Ooh, let me pick up the lantern. Yep, there it is. I'm waiting for it to restart. Okay. 5. Whoa, that's really hard to follow. I need some kind of notepad or something. Let's have a look. So we have 4 short ones and a long one, so that's a 4. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4 long. Second one's a 2. Yep. And then 5 long ones. That's a 0. 420. Nice. Nice. That must be the code. I must have had it right. There's no way that it's not 420. Nothing is accidentally 420. Okay. Very good. Alright, let's put this like that. Even though I know that the scary man is like only based on like actual events happening and he doesn't just randomly come walking by, I am still terrified of him. So you've done a good job there. 1, 2, 420. There you go. Yeah, I knew it. 21:15. That's the time for the clock. God, Jesus. This is terrifying. I don't want to know what happens when I get all this shit right. I'll just be terrified. I'm so bad at these kinds of games. I'm gonna make it a rule next time to not send me horror demos, because I'm just gonna be terrified all the time. In terms of puzzle design, did you guys say you had? Yeah, you don't have a general game designer. Yeah, no, these puzzles are well done. Solid job, well done. Let me quickly have a look, see, make sure this is, yeah, okay. That's all cool. Alright, so to use, turn clockwise, turn counterclockwise. What was it, 9:15? I think it was 9:15. So counterclockwise will be there quicker. Yeah. 9:15. 9. Yep. Tell your... Oh, what the hell? Oh, nice. No, wait. What's in there? It's like a pitchfork? Like a tuning fork? Oh. Something. Tell your sound designer that he did a great job on the sounds. They're pretty lifelike. Oh, it's way too dark. They're pretty lifelike, and they are scary as balls. So, good job. Do I use this fork for something? Or this... Oh, it's a key. It's a key. I wish I could carry 2 things at the same time. I don't want to go anywhere without my lantern. Wait, where's my lantern? Oh, it's over here, isn't it? Can I carry 2 things at the same time? I'd very much understand if it's not the case, but I wish it was, because I wouldn't be so goddamn scared. Jesus. Okay, what I'm going to do, because I think I know what's going to happen due to this trailer. I'm going to set this up here. Nope. I'm going to set this up here. Yes. Perfect. Okay, now, I just gotta not be scared. You have no idea how terrified I am right now. I'm really not good at horror games and such. Oh, God. Okay. Because as soon as this key passes some kind of collision box... Oh, nice. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna presume this is the end of the game. Right? I'm gonna presume that's the case. Yeah. Is this the end of the game? Now that I close it down too soon? That's the ending. Right. Cool. Okay. Yeah. No, you've done a great job. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Nice atmosphere. Increase the brightness. Try to, if there are artists at your school, specifically artists that focus on lighting, ask them for a couple of tips and tricks, because I think it'll do your game a lot of good. Things don't have to be dark in order to be scary. It helps, but too dark reduces visibility and the information I can deduct from the scene, which means I'll just get frustrated if that means I die. It auto-closed the game for me. Cool. Alright. Cool feature. Okay. Alright. Very nicely done, guys. You've done a great job. Keep making games. You're awesome. Okay, let's have a look. I've got a few messages. Let's have a look-see. But I'm looking at the game, the Ludum Dare game, from Thunder Surge, I think. Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, like the lighting you use, make sure it's context appropriate. Absolutely. Thunder Search, yes. All right. Hey, this is the Ludum Dare game I mentioned. Thanks, man. No worries. That's what I'm here for. Snooze. Okay. Let's have a look. See, let me make sure I close this down and open this up. Okay. And then a game about snoozing alarms. Oh, okay. Right, let's do the download. Delaying the inevitable. Nice choice of theming. Let's download. 6 megabytes. Very nicely done. Thank you for your yes, of course. Yeah, no, the feedback is that's literally why I'm here. So it's my pleasure. Absolutely. I get to play essentially the gems of indie games, and help them become even better than they already are. So it is definitely my pleasure. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. Let's have a look-see. It's going to open up any minute now, I think. Oh yeah, it's definitely opening up. It's just thinking about it, I think. It seems to take a little time opening up. I'm not sure if that's intended. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, nice one, Talon. Right, so we're looking at snooze. Okay. This is... yes. Yes, this is great. It is Elbow talking to Palm. I was like, who's Palm? But I get it now. Oh, this is excellent. From Spinal Column, some audio rumblings are coming through. If we don't do something, Brain will wake up. We cannot let that happen. They need more time. Palm, it's your duty to serve the body. It's my duty to serve the body. You must go and press that snooze button. Thunder Surge. Excellent. Excellent. Great job, Palm. Now come back to bed. The sound. Excellent. Wait, oh, it's supposed to really go to sleep. Okay, yeah, the sounds do repeat quite a bit. Sir, it's going off again. So that's when I said, I'll show you the elbow grease. What? The alarm? Where is it gone? I can hear it down that hole. Let's go find the alarm. It smells like mice to me. Slither. Oh. Right, you don't want to get caught by the mice. Got it. Okay. Alright. Yeah, you don't want to be spotted by the mice. Come on. Oh, shit. No! Retract! Ah, damn it. Okay, so this is definitely hard. Can I slap the mice? Keep on your toes or fingertips. Whatever you do, don't wake Brain. Can I slap the mice? I'm gonna try to slap the mice. Come on, mice boy. Get slapped. Whoa. Come on. Get slapped. It's satisfying to slap the mice, I must admit. Yeah, that's right. Bam. We're going back to bed. Slither on back to bed. Yeah, no, this game is good. It has a clear core loop. It's a little loud, so definitely I'd recommend turning down the volume a bit. I'm going to do that myself right now. Because it is a little loud. Oh, there it is. Actually, is that the right thing? Oh no, here it is. There we go. Let's put that back up again. Because it is definitely a bit loud. Whoa, where am I? Whoa. Look at me go. I managed to get outside the room. I'm not sure if that's the idea, but I managed to do it. Elbow, you're really dragging. You can try picking me or a part of your arm up. Hold left mouse button over a segment of your arm to pick it up. Oh. Oh, right. Right. Gotcha. Bonk. I get back to bed. Yeah, it's a cool little Lumen Dare game. You have a clear core loop. There's a clear challenge. The information's pretty clear. I'm just missing the instruction on being able to slap mice. Kid, you're up. Yeah. I like the idea. I think it's a nice little thing. Come at me, broskies. Nice. Double clap. Where is it, though? Come on, we got somewhere to go. I can't go there. Okay, hold on. Let's go this way. I like the music. The music's kind of cool. Bonk. 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 No! Bonk! Woohoo! Very cool. Let me just go back a little bit. And then... Oh, come on, body. Come on. Come on. We gotta go. We gotta go around here. Nice. This is very cool. Oop. Don't think so. Don't think so. Alright, let's wait for the body to come down a little bit. Woo! That was close. Very close. Now slither on back. Yeah. Was there any specific feedback you were looking for? So I can be a bit more specific? Welcome back, Asa. Back with the swag. Alright, let's do it. Let's go find it. My previously established love interest. What? Foot, what are you doing here? I could ask the same of you. You can't keep snoozing the alarm. The brain needs to wake up. Keep your toes away from me. Elbow, are you there? You're gonna have to find a way around. Oh god, okay. How do I find a way around? Aha. I don't think so, Foot. Bonk. Now I'm gonna slither back out of here. Goodbye, Foot. May we meet again. And boom, we're off to sleep. And so Brain woke up to realize they had missed an exam. And an important lesson was learned, maybe. Snooze, Ludendorff 50, Dan Slocum. Dan, you've done a great job. I've done a few of these, so mainly communicating core mechanics and controls. The point about snapping mice was really helpful. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to hear. No, Dan, you've done a great job. This is a nice Ludum Dare game with a clear core loop, clear progression, fun humor added in every here and then. Oddly on theme, which is something that you don't see very often in Ludum Dare. People tend to stretch the theme quite a bit, but this was done well. Yeah, by all means, you've done a great job. I'm trying to think of anything I would have done differently, especially because this was done in 48 hours. So, no, I can't find anything major. And I can't find anything to nitpick on either. No, this is a solid game. Good job. Yeah, very good. Very good. Nice, and it closes on the escape button. Very good. Okay, excellent. Alright, let's see. We've got 15 minutes left. So I've got 15 minutes to either play someone else's game, someone that's in the stream, or maybe have a friend's game that you'd like me to play. Jagu had that earlier, where he shared a game that his friends made, and so we ended up having a lot of fun playing Platformity and Basement Breakout. I think that's the name. Yeah, you just lost at the game. Yeah. No, but I'm happy to play something else. If we don't want to do that, and you still have questions for me about game design, game development, anything of the kind, feel free to ask away. It is a very old meme. Old enough that I don't recognize it. And if not that, then I'm going to head over to reddit.com, our good old friend, and we're going to go to r/playmygame to see if we can find anything really cool in there. Oh, right, okay. Let's see, something that's not mobile. Dodge, that's mobile. I finally updated demo for my FPS roguelite. Link in the description. Oh boy. Yeah, that one, yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll play it. You can try it here. Force reboots. Okay. Let's give that a shot, shall we? Force reboot. There we go. Okay, so let's download that in the meantime. Yep, install it there. Okay, similar to Vampire Survivors, I wonder in what way. Okay, Force Reboot is a fast-paced FPS with roguelite elements. Force Reboot is entirely focused on non-stop gameplay. You need to get past all of the rooms as fast as you can. Okay. Oh wow, in terms of Steam page, looks good. There could be more text, but the GIFs are high FPS, which is something you rarely see. And it explains gameplay quite well. Okay, I'm looking forward to playing this. This looks good. Let's see. It's got the choose a weapon, level up thing going. That's why it's similar to VS. Yeah, I understand that. Okay. Yeah. Let's take a look at it, shall we? If you guys have feedback as well for this game, note it in chat. We'll compile the feedback in 10 minutes or so, and then we'll put it on Reddit as our group collective way of saying you've got a cool game. Here's what we think. Awesome job done. Okay, right. I'm just gonna hop straight into start because I am ignorant and, in my opinion, doing a separate tutorial, meaning it's optional, is not great practice. You want to do a tutorial at the start of the game that explains the very, very basics of things that people need to know. So not movement, because people know it's AASD. Unless it's not that, then of course include that in the tutorial. But your game-specific stuff, include that in the tutorial and make sure people know it. Because if I now press start, let's find out what happens. Oh, cool little animation switch. I'm running at 534 FPS, was the highest I just measured. Okay, press space to jump. Oh yeah, okay, so there's still F to kick. Nice. Control to slide. Yo, this feels nice. Left mouse to shoot, right mouse went to scope. And shift to dash. Okay, I just tried that myself. How's it feeling for people on stream? I'm just wondering what you guys think. Your mission is to destroy all broken robots. Let's go. Visual style is very nice. I like the visual style. Looks very cool. Your health is constantly getting lower. Kill enemies to restore health. Okay. Wait, there's something still behind me? Yep. There we go. Room cleared. Right, let's go. Nice. This feels very smooth. Ooh. Nice. Solid. Nice. Nice. This feels very solid. It looks smooth and strength. Cool. That POV is kill people. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Thoughts and feedback from everyone during the stream. Definitely a cool trailer plus Steam page. Cool visual style. I think we can all agree on that. POV is a little bit limiting. Let's check if there's a setting for it. Yes, FOV, there's a setting. Whoa, let's go to 130. What's the sound like? The sound is good. Yeah, FOV, yeah, it's there, yeah. Let's turn the volume down a little bit. There we go. Everything else looks good. Okay. B is a little bit limiting, but we found the setting and set it up to 130. Cool. And then we'll keep coming back as we have more points. Nice. Oh shit. I'm dead. Yeah, okay. Mission is not complete. Cleared floor 0. Reboot. Okay. People are so creative. I know, right? I know, right? It's incredible. Was there another one? Nope. It appears to be potentially randomly generated. There we go. Where's the robot? Oh, here we go. Fast and hard? Or slow and easy? Let's go fast and hard. Whoa, this is okay. Yep, this is very hard. I love the counter that shows up. Too fisheye now. If we went up too much, in my opinion. Okay, I'll turn it down in a second. I love the counter that comes up. Let's put it at 110. Yeah, this is for Quake fans. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I love the counter that comes up saying how much time you've got left until you die. Essentially, it's very cool. Ow. Ow. I had no idea this ball of spikes was chasing me. It's definitely a game to concentrate on. Trying to think some of the things that I would improve on this. Sometimes the robots are a little hard to spot, even though they have the outline. Nope, thank you. Alright, very cool. Let's go. There we go. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I think that's fair. I also think it's a matter of if you're playing this yourself or if someone else is playing it for you, right? Because if you're playing it yourself, enemy friendly fire. Let's go with that. If you're playing this yourself, you know what's gonna happen, right? So, so far so good. This is definitely for. This is also for people that know how to. Ooh! Yeah, this is also for people that love the fast-pacedness of this. Yeah. I'm trying to describe. I like how wasting no time just gets straight into action. Yeah, I'm gonna add that as well. We love how the game gets straight into the action, because I think it's a good point. The movement sometimes feels motion sickness inducing. Yeah. I think this could be due to the acceleration rate. Acceleration rate, meaning your brain has no time to adjust to the change in speed, because the acceleration is so incredibly high for the character that it becomes really hard to follow. Yeah. I think it's that. I must also say the character feels very small. The player character feels very small in comparison to the environment and the enemies. I had a few times where I feel like I was a child, with either the robots flying pretty up high or like the bigger robots being really, really tall. But also like general stuff like the console pads and whatever, they seem really high up in comparison to me. Okay. I think we've got most feedback. Do we have more feedback? Yeah. Set it up to 110. Still feels weird sometimes. Can't put can't exactly explain what it is. Um, okay. Any other feedback that we want to add to this comment? Obviously, I'm posting this from my account, so I'm just gonna look like I've got multiple personalities, but it's fine. Overall, it's a cool game. Yeah. Into the action. Sometimes Scrambly knows what it's doing. Straight in the what? Into the action. There we go. I really wanted to like Void Bastards, but I couldn't play that more than half an hour without getting sick. Automod don't like that word. Yeah, that's fair. I haven't played Void Bastards, so I wouldn't know. But I'll pick it up sometime soon to see what you mean. But yeah, that is definitely with these type of games. Overall, you have a cool game going on, and there is definitely a market that is going to love it. Great job. Great job. There you go. That's good enough. Okay. All right. Bonk. There we go. It's commented. Let me check. Yep. Okay. So we've got everything. So, that is more or less where we are going to end off the stream for today. I want to thank everyone that joined in for joining in. I want to thank Nistus, Jagovari, Ashid, Trixnoob, Dimitri, Smurvs for following. You are all awesome. If you want to stay up to date with videos on the YouTube channel, go over there and subscribe. Equally, if you want to keep talking to me about all kinds of things, join the Discord. We can chat constantly there. And we can do more feedback things. Yeah, again, thanks everyone for joining me. The next stream will be in 2 weeks from now, because next weekend is Easter, hence why we did the stream today. But yeah, 2 weeks from now we'll do another stream talking about more things. I have yet to pick a topic, and we intend to do the picking of the topic through the Discord. So if you want to have any influence on what we discuss, the Discord is the place to be. Okay, all right. Thanks everyone. I hope you have a great day and a lovely week. And we'll see each other next time. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.